So let's start with the question, does money really make you happy? Well, as with most questions, the answer is, it depends. It most critically depends on how much money we're talking about. Here you can see the relationship between people's income and their average self-reported life satisfaction on a scale from 1 to 10. As you can see, if your income is low, then increasing your income is apparently a pretty effective way of achieving more happiness. This makes a lot of sense. If you spend your life anxious about how you'll make it through the month, having some extra cash is really important. As you begin to have more, additional money starts being worth less. Maybe you're doing all right, but still have to make some meaningful trade-offs, like that vacation you always wanted versus saving more for your kid's college fund. At some point, you have enough money for anything really important to you, and you start looking for various lifestyle improvements. In other words, money has diminishing marginal returns. More specifically, when we look at the self-reported data, we find that for every half a point of happiness, you need to almost double your salary. If we want to be fancy, we can say that income has a logarithmic effect on life satisfaction. This means that additional income improves your happiness rapidly when you don't have much, but contributes to your well-being a lot less as you get richer. For example, to increase your life happiness from 6.5 to 7, you need to increase your household income from about $35,000 per year to $70,000 per year. On average, of course. That's a lot of money and a lot of hard work for very little additional happiness. Actually, though, this is probably the most flattering view of the importance of income to your happiness. Now, self-reported surveys can be challenging because the way you ask the question can dramatically affect your results. When we discussed measurement and evaluation in the first half of the program, as well as expert elicitation in Lesson 7, a lot of the art of conducting surveys well is avoiding biases introduced by how you ask the question. In our context today, for example, you can ask people how satisfied they are with their life, but you can also ask them if they're feeling happy, or if they're not sad, or are they feeling stressed, and so on. To each of these, you get different results, and there's a lot of debate on how to interpret these results. But the bottom line is that for almost all questions other than how satisfied are you with your life overall, not only does the relationship between salary and happiness exhibit this logarithmic behavior, but it seems that at around $40,000 per year, per family, not per individual, income stops having any measurable effect on average happiness. Though due to inflation, this is closer to $55,000 in 2024. It's important to realize this, because people often have one of two extreme views. On the one side, some people say, money doesn't buy happiness, even though if you're struggling to provide for your family, clearly it does. We've seen already how for the poorest families, unconditional cash transfers can bring about life-altering changes. On the other extreme, there are also people who are obsessed with earning more money, who continue to sacrifice their values, family life, and other sources of meaning for higher and higher earnings, while they can't even tell you what they would do with that money. So now that we know how money influences our happiness, on average at least, what about everything else?